the only Marrron. Everyone, please give her a huge round of applause and welcome Marrron to the stage. Marrron to the stage.
I'm coming, Marrron. Oh, you got it.
I've got it now. It's only taken me 9 months, Nick. I managed to work it out. Big boy now. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the downstairs at the Brunswick. It's very nice to be here. It does feel a little bit like being on the set of a mafia film. Do you feel that? Yeah. That little kind of vibe. Plus we've got Satan's chessboard as well as a ceiling, which is very nice.
Your coat is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Wow, wonderful. So we've not seen each other for 4 weeks now. It's been a little while. Oh, Nick, could you give me like a 2.5 minute warning?
Absolutely.
Before the end? Thank you. And what I like to do is, the reason I come down to the Brunswick on a Monday night is to get therapy. And this is a powerful form of therapy. Anybody that stood on this stage will probably testify to the fact that it's not the easiest thing in the world. You might experience some resistance to coming up and playing, performing, or whatever it is that you do. Can you relate to that?
Yes.
So there's part of you which really feels like you want to come out and perform. Another part's like, it's cold, it's not going to be very nice there, no one's going to enjoy it, no one's going to laugh, no one's going to... Do you get that? Does that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, but we still make it, right? We find a way to make it. And the topic of today's therapy session, because good therapy is expensive and you can get this for free, so it's a wonderful thing. This is inspired by a conversation I had this week with a friend of mine called Lewis. Big shout, Lewis. Because he asked me, what is the thing that I'm most afraid of? And let me ask you guys, what is it that you're most afraid of in life?
Dying alone.
Dying alone? Anything else anyone wants to share?
The unknown.
The unknown? These are all quite popular ones, aren't they? So my purpose of coming up and to sort of keep doing this is to explore, to do a dance with this creature called fear, which we don't really understand, but it can stop us leading a happy and fulfilling life. Because I've been doing this for about, it'll be coming up to our 1 year anniversary in a month or two, Nick. So, isn't that nice? We'll have to do something for that. Because I'm just kind of exploring this thing that not once has anybody shouted or been mean or thrown any fruit. We don't have fruits generally on hand anyway, but nachos, there's usually some cold nachos by the end of the evening, and that's never happened. So it's quite interesting, why is this kind of fear and this kind of resistance coming up? So Lewis asked me, what's my biggest fear? And actually, I would say, I had to answer that my biggest fear is being seen as arrogant, which is an interesting thing. So what that's resulted in is, if you like, playing small my whole life and just doing everything I could not to be seen as arrogant. So maybe we'll have a bit of fun with that this evening. If you'd like to join me, we can have a little bit of fun with this. If you can kind of relate to anything that I'm saying, it's that I think it can be a bit of a British thing as well, to sort of play small, because we don't want to be seen as arrogant or cocky. So Lewis then asked me, what would that be like to be seen as arrogant? And I thought, hey, that's pretty good, and I might go to the Brunswick and do that. So if you'd like to repeat after me, if it feels comfortable, join in. And if it feels uncomfortable, there's probably even more reason to join in, because there's a bigger growth opportunity, if that makes sense. So if you want as well to get the posture in, what would be if you're sitting or if you wanted to stand, what would be like the most confident, arrogant way that you could stand or sit? Like that, that's it, like that.
Yeah.
And
You can even go like that if you're going to be
like
dramatic
that,
about it. Yeah.
like that, just to really, and to walk around like this and to kind of embody that and just think, okay, this is what people might think about me, but to be okay with that. So I can put my hands up to the side and say, I am magnificent.
Woo, you're magnificent.
I am magnificent.
You are magnificent.
I am wonderful.
You're wonderful.
I'm so handsome. I look amazing in this coat.
You look amazing in that coat.
Thank you, thank you. And it's like, to be okay with the fact that actually, because we like to guess, or certainly I like to guess what other people think about me, and as I say, not wanting to be seen as arrogant, so kind of playing around with that. Because I realise that there's part of me that wants to keep me safe. That's called the ego. And you can think about people having an ego. We normally think, oh, that person loves himself, she loves herself. But actually, ego as well is like playing small to dampen our talents, to dampen our light, so other people don't feel insecure around us, which is quite an interesting thing, I think. So this has been my experience then, doing this open mic for like 10 months, is the fact that there's this part of me which is always, don't go up, they're not going to laugh, they're not going to like you. So almost the invitation then is to not be funny, to not even be particularly likeable, and to be okay with that, and seek my own kind of like internal validation for that experience. How are you all doing?
So
Yeah,
good.
Yeah? Yeah. And thank you for this. It's great to sort of keep coming down here or upstairs to keep doing this thing, because it feels like it's just a very, very healing thing, standing up in front of people and to be okay standing in front of strangers. But it feels like we've got a nice family vibe here going on. Anyway, has anybody got any questions? I bet you want to touch me now, don't you? With my magnificence. But yeah, and what I want to do is I want to make myself happy first, and then to encourage other people to stretch out of your comfort zone, which isn't a very comfortable place. So what do they talk about feeling the fear and doing it anyway, right? So to kind of feel these edges. So this thing about radical self-expression. So I might we live in Brighton, so actually I might just start wearing this gear out and about, just on the seafront, embodying that perception of arrogance, because if people are also, it's a relative thing, I feel, that if people are judging somebody as arrogant, that could be because that they themselves are playing small. So that's an interesting thing to play with. And actually, for me to be confident, my truest, most authentic self, so that's without the ego, without being overinflated or underinflated, is to be my true authentic self. But that might feel, initially at least, like I'm being a bit arrogant. So that's something I'm going to be playing with. Now, so what I'm going to do, that in the time that we've got left, we've got a little choice. So we can, it's always an interesting time over Christmas and New Year. So do you feel like you want to feel some love, or do you feel like you want to tell the world to fuck off? Which of those?
There's some love.
Should we go for love?
Yeah, I want love, baby.
We go for love. Okay. So we're just going to do a little bit of I'm going to lead you through a little exercise in the time that we've got left. So if it feels comfortable, I'll just invite you all to close your eyes.
This is your 2.5 minute warning, everyone.
Thank you, Nick. So I just want you to imagine now a person, or it could be an animal, a pet, that you've got unconditional love for. Just the very thought of this person is enough to produce a warm feeling in your heart. And just allow that feeling in your chest to expand. Think about people in your friendship group, in your family. That feeling grows, allowing it to expand. Expanding to the whole of Brighton. And then to the whole of the UK. However you want to imagine that. Could be some golden light all over the UK. Noticing what's happening inside as you're extending it beyond that confine. Just seeing Mother Earth, imagining all the people that we're sharing the planet with, spreading that love, and also allowing that to come back to yourself. To love yourself for everything you're doing. You're doing your best, and we're all doing our best. And just remembering this is an exercise you can tap into at any time. There's that seed of love is always there, we just need to fan the flames. And it's something that we need more of on the planet now than ever. And it's very quick and easy to do. And it makes us feel good, right? So yeah, just allowing that feeling and just allowing your eyes to reopen. Back to the Brunswick, downstairs, with Satan's chessboard on the ceiling. So thank you very much, everybody. I've been Marrron. Have a beautiful, amazing rest of the evening, rest of the week, and 2024. Thank you.
Everybody, please give some love for Marrron. Thank you so much, Marrron. Next up on the stage, it's going to be Warren. Warren to the stage. Warren.